Welcome! Thanks for tuning in to Can I Get Your Number, a podcast where we discuss the aspects of the Enneagram in relation to our personal and relational growth. This will be in the context of friendships and current relationships.
As we discuss this valuable tool, we hope you will filter through with us, remembering that our foundational identity is in Christ. We're your hosts, Tracy
And Naomi.
Welcome. Hi there, and welcome back to Can I Get Your Number? Today we have Dawson Hackett with us. Not only is he a friend of ours, but he's also Naomi's fiance. So, Dawson, we have a few questions for you, and we hope that you're excited to be with us. So, get ready.
Absolutely, fire away.
So Dawson, as an 8, being like the challenger, how do you see the personality type play out into your relationships, whether that's our relationship or with friends, teachers, whatever?
So especially with our relationship, because we're together a lot and we have arguments, because we're not a perfect couple, one of the few. But whenever we have arguments or whenever we disagree on something, I feel like sometimes as an 8, I can be very misunderstood in the way that I come across saying things, because my words can come across as harsh or as if I'm trying to be demeaning. But in reality, that's just how the words are in my mind. So I say them without taking time to consider, oh, this might hurt their feelings. Because if someone were to say the same type things to me, it's not going to hurt my feelings. I'm just going to take what they had to say at face value.
We get that. That's good.
What about, what are like some strengths and weaknesses of being an 8? Like within a relationship between us and friends? Yeah.
I feel like 8s are very good at controversy. So whenever there is something that needs to be discussed or needs to be brought up and talked about, I feel like 8s will definitely be the ones to initiate, like, hey, you did this. I didn't like it. Or, hey, something's like wrong. What's wrong? Whereas some other types can be a whole lot more reserved and like not really want to talk about it. 8s are more of going to push you to, hey, like, what's going on? We need to fix this.
That's a good strength. I know I could probably ask this question to Naomi, but how should people show type 8's love?
Just don't get frustrated with us whenever we go on our little tangents, because 8s are very headstrong, we're very driven, and so just being there and supporting us, not controlling but supporting us, I feel like that's a major way that you can show us love.
That's good.
But okay, so tell us a time when the Lord was challenging you and you really just had to die to your flesh and kind of function outside of your personality, not being so loyal to, okay, as an 8, I'm this, but the Lord was challenging you to, I don't know, maybe be tenderhearted or be just something different, maybe like a time you've had to die to your flesh.
Well, first off, I've never been challenged by the Lord, so I'm just kidding.
I was like,
No, so recently I've moved in with my aunt, and she has a 14-year-old daughter who is a freshman in high school and going through all the freshman in high school girl things. So she has a whole lot of high school girl things going on in her life. And so she'll come to me with her problems. She'll come to me with her, they're not real problems, but they're real to her. They're real problems to her. And so it's really tough for me whenever she'll start rattling all these things off to not tell her what she's doing wrong and not tell her how to fix it, but to really just listen to her and hear her out, because more often than not, her just getting it all out will have a better effect than me telling her what she should do to fix it.
That's true. That's good.
That's true.
Wow, that's really dying to your flesh right there. So, I have another question for you. What is something that people misunderstand about your type and you would like them to know? Hey, this is wrong. Type 8s aren't like this.
We're not always mad. If we say something to you that sounds harsh or rude, it's probably because we cared enough to address it to you and we want to see a change, not because
Good. That's
we're trying to
good.
be domineering over you or that we're just trying to like cut you down. In reality, if we wanted to cut you down, we would say something directly to you to cut you down. Like we're not mad. That's just it's just our face. Like
That's good. So we know other type 8s can have motivators in different areas. A few that we have here listed are things like just being able to protect others. So you feel more motivated in protecting others. Do you relate with that? Can that?
yes, now I feel like I understand better what you're. My main motivator, I would say in life, is trying to take things into my own hands, like where I will be in control rather than someone else being in control of whatever's going to happen, because I trust myself much more than I trust others to take care of whatever it is that needs to happen.
Okay.
Also, what is something that, I know you're a type 8 and you are very direct, but what is something that you appreciate of another personality type? What would somebody do that you are like, oh, I like that they're like that? It could be them being direct and you and like the fact that they're like that, but is there something?
I really admire ones because they are perfectionists. They're very, very detail oriented and like they will get stuff done. But I also, almost like the exact opposite of an 8, I really admire 2s for like their loving nature. I could never do that. I could never be the nurturer in a group, but somebody needs to do it.
Yeah, that's good. You aren't gonna get it from an 8, but that's good.
Cool. So,
If you need advice, come to an 8. If you need love, go to a 2.
Okay. we
fair,
get that.
that's
We
fair.
get that.
okay, so what are some of the other types that, I mean, you kind of mentioned it already with like the 2 and the 1, like you really appreciate them. But what are some other types that you see yourself naturally clicking with? I mean, I'm a 7, so like we see it there a little bit.
7s naturally, I feel like they're a lot more outgoing, and 8s are outgoing just in a little bit different way. 8s are more of a like they want to stand out. 7s are more of a they just want to have fun, and so naturally the 2 will kind of cling together and like just naturally gravitate towards each other. So
That's good. So I wanted to ask you what your wing is. So a wing is the personality type that is closest to yours, either one above, one below. I wanted to ask if you know what your wing is, because I know you tested as 100% type 8, which I would say an 8, a wing 8. But do you know what your wing is?
yes, I'm a wing 7. Whenever I took the test, I actually got 0% wing or 0% 9. So,
That's interesting.
yeah, I didn't.
There's no peacemaking in that.
No.
All confrontation.
I'm a very confrontational person, which I don't see as a bad thing. I see it as my biggest strength.
That's good. That's good. And then, what is something you would like to share with the audience, just to know of how not to place their identity as a type 8, but in their identity within the Lord? So, not saying, oh, I did this because I'm a type 8, but instead saying, God made me in His image, so I'm gonna portray who He is.
So back to the motivating thing. My answer was a very non-Christian answer, because we are supposed to put our faith in Him and our trust in Him, and that would be the biggest area that I think 8s probably need to die to their flesh, is trusting the Lord to take care of them instead of trying to take everything like into their own hands. And on top of that, just because you can say something doesn't mean we always should, because other people have feelings, I guess, and we sound rude. So
Wow, that's good. Well, thank you so much, Dawson, for being a part of this, and we enjoyed having your company. I know Naomi did.
Always.
But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Please check out our Instagram at canigetyournumber.enneagram.
You can also find the link to our website and study guide in our Instagram bio. Please tune in again for our next episode.